Hey, what's up guys, this is Johan, and on this video we'll be doing an update for the Rico's Nano Tank Challenge 2018 December update. Alright guys, so this is pretty much going to be the last update as far as it's been under the Rico's Nano Tank Challenge. In the last update, we did an emergency move and basically set the tank up in a new space. But since then, I haven't done really that much with the 20-gallon nano. I actually let it just go by the wayside kinda, but still thriving. Some of the corals aren't as happy as they could be. Some of them are still on the sand bed from the move. I just put them in there, and I never kind of really had time to come in and rearrange all the rocks and the corals how they should be or how they were. I just kind of left them on the sand bed, and they've been doing okay, but not been thriving. The tank, like I said, just let alone. There is algae in the tank on the glass, but I haven't really done anything, and still kind of early. I think the lights don't come on for another 45 minutes or so. So what I'm gonna do in that time is get ready to do a water change. So for this last update, it's basically gonna be a water change and resetting all the corals. I want to make sure I do a water change because of the way the tank is. If I ever push my hand in the tank, it usually starts to overflow. So I could get to all the corals I need to. So I'm gonna basically be doing a 50% water change, or a little bit more, because it's like 10-gallon water change, and this is a 20-gallon system or more. It depends, maybe 50 or more, 50 or less. Give or take a rock and any other thing that displaces water. So let's get into that. I'm going to show you guys what the tank looks like right now, how hazy it looks, how all the algae is growing on there. Not too much on the coral, it's just on the glass and some parts of some of the rock and stuff. Alright guys, so now we're here at the tank, and you can just see how dirty it is. All the film algae has actually just started to grow actual long hair algae. You can see it back there. That's just me. I was supposed to do a water change, but I did not. I was supposed to do a water change like the second week after I moved over, but I just got so busy at work, and then the night I was gonna do or get ready for a water change to get started, I was flying out the next day, which is fine. I don't mind doing a water change before I'm flying out, but for some reason my new house is on a septic system, and for some reason it just basically backed up, and then my entire basement flooded. So I think it was a combination of the way the septic tank was set up, and all the, because I'm so used to washing every 3 days or so. So I did a load of laundry, and then my RO line, I ran it straight into basically ran my RO line straight into like the drain system, and that's how I usually do it, and it goes out to the drain system. But I found out that in the States, that all your drain system, including your water, your wash water, your clothes water, your bath water, your clothes water, your water from your toilet systems, they all go into one drain. Now I am not used to that. In the Caribbean where I'm from, we have a septic tank that's just for your wastewater from your toilets, and then all your bath water, your wash water, and all that goes into the city drain system. So I was not expecting for that to happen. That would back up into my basement. Luckily, I didn't have any damage. I just had a really long night where I had to go in and basically not flood, but run out, get a shop vac, and basically clean up my system, clean up my basement, make sure it doesn't spread or do anything else. But as you guys can see, I'm just showing you the tank. That's pretty much why I couldn't look at all that just pop up right there. So I gotta go ahead and start this. But that septic system, it kind of just push back any water changes I was doing, because I do have a large jug of pre-made water, or I made pre-made water when that happened, and I wasn't sure if I just freaked out and then forgot about it. I flew out the next day and I left the water exposed, so I didn't want to go ahead and use the water. So I have 2 new tanks of new water here, 2 to 5 gallon buckets of new water, which I'm gonna do a 50% water change on that, and then from there we go. So I just gotta set you guys on a tripod, clean up all the glass, and then change all the filters and reset the system. So all the corals are still closed up, that way I don't irritate them too much, because I hate going in the system when all the corals are open and you try to glue new stuff on there, and then things get messed up. So I have to move this Euphilia, this frog spawn, because when it expands this big. And if you could see this this coral right here, you could see it, this style 4 right here, you could see that the white tips, it's been stung by that frog spawn. So I have to move this frog spawn over a little bit. This rock has to be twisted kind of like this, and then I have to reposition some of the corals again. All the acros that was on this edge are broken off and over there. Some of the Montipars that were up here broke off and they're back there. So I kind of just put everything in place and just let it go. I just leave it for a week and a half and then the water change. But because of how hectic it's been at work, and I had to leave the state for a little while, just go see some family, had to just leave it be. But nothing has died. So that's the good part. Anyways, then put you guys in tripod and start cleaning up this tank and get the water change going. Alright guys, so I got all the corals off the sand bed that was down here. Kind of rearranged the rocks a little bit. I have one of the frog spawns right here. I still got to attach some of the all the Montipars that broke off, like the large plate that was here and some other plates. So I got them all down here in a bucket, a little Rubbermaid container, frog spawns and all that. So everything's off the sand bed for now. I think I may just keep everything off the sand bed. It depends on how I want to arrange the rocks. So I changed some things around. So there's a large rock back here which I moved from back there to up here. So that's under here now. So having more real estate, because it was just back there. I couldn't put too much back there besides any really low light coral or something, like a coral that doesn't even like NPS or like the feather dusters were cool back here, but I wanted more real estate. So pull it up front, and then I'm gonna go ahead and rearrange some things, and arrange the corals, and then we'll close out this video. Alright guys, so the water was really dirty and foggy from all the detritus I stirred up. and I don't want to change anymore. I want to leave this amount, and then next week come back and do another water change. So what I went ahead and did, I ran the filter with the really fine particle, and in just about 10 minutes of me running, you can see all the detritus that I was able to pull out. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this tank back up. Well, I'll arrange the corals how I want them, fill the tank back up, and then we'll go from there. So what I've been doing in the meantime, all the corals that are up here on the arch that are exposed, I've been taking a cup of water and just dumping it over them to make sure it stay wet. It's been maybe about 45 plus minutes since I've been doing the water change. This is kind of a longer water change than I usually do because I'm trying to move stuff around, rearrange some stuff. So it's basically like me resetting the system. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps it up for that water change. So the system looks like it's starting to come back together. The clamp down here is starting to open up again. It was always open up, but it didn't look that good when it was down sand bed. So like I said, I just left the system for about a month or so. Didn't do a water change, didn't mess with it. I probably just topped the water off only. But because of that little emergency I had, and work kind of took over, so I had to put the system on the back burner and just let it roll. Besides just a few corals that did lose some flesh, and that was only because of me, just the way I placed the corals in the system after the move. I just kind of haphazardly put them in different places, so that I could just leave the system alone. But because of me not accidentally, but because of me doing that, some corals were too close to each other, like that frog spawn that accidentally stung the stylophora right here, and also the torches that's down right here. They started to sting different corals once they started to open up. So that whole move I did, it kind of opened up some space right here, so that allows me to put more coral, and then allow the frog spawns right here to expand. And once they fully expand, so about 8 o'clock tonight, that's when they usually do their full expansion. Once they do that, then I will know for sure if I could put any more corals any closer, because I have a big gaping hole right here. But I might just leave that for the frog spawns to grow, or I might add another some other euphilia, maybe a hammer. I have a few hammers in the 10-gallon nano, and I have a little hammer on the other side right there. So I may move the hammer over here to kind of train the frog spawn, because it just sends out sweepers all around. So right now, let's see if I could catch this sweeper tentacle. That's just shooting out right there. There we go. Let's see, can we get it? Yeah. Kind of. So let me change this focus, and you can see that one right there, that long one right there. That is a sweeper tentacle, and it is sending it out. So I have to keep an eye on that. If it gets any bigger, I'll have to move this coral or move this euphilia up a little bit. So this is just one head, the one frog spawn, and then the other one is back here, the larger one. So it looks like one big frog spawn. They were one head, and now they're two different heads. So that's that. But besides that, most of the corals, they're looking okay. I have to move some things around. All the polythol corals that's up front, I move those to the back, so they have their own back area to spread out and wreak havoc back in the back of the tank. It's a low light area. There's not that much corals I could put back there. The feather dusters, they're disturbed, so they're underneath at the back. And the anemone is right back here, pretty much closed up, so I gotta keep our eye on that. Hope I didn't stress it out too much after this water change, but for the most part, that pretty much does it for this update. Everything looks good to go, and this would basically be gonna be the last update, besides next month. next month is going to be the last update, so this challenge will be coming to an end. I've gotten a few questions on Instagram and YouTube and different places where people are asking, is the challenge still going, as far as, like, you know, prizes and whoever is still in it. I'm not 100% sure if it is still going in that regard, but from the start, for me, it has always been a personal challenge where I wanted to make sure, you know, I set up a proper housing system for a reef tank, actual corals and all that. And in the past, I never really had good success. I had corals, but they never really thrived. So for me, this has been awesome of a challenge. It challenged myself, and all the other guys I've seen. I'm taking a look in the challenge that's been doing it. Some guys who's never had a reef tank, their tanks are looking awesome. All the little growth they have. So what am I gonna do going forward with this tank after next month? At first I thought I was gonna shut it down and use all the corals that's in here and everything that I've learned to put it into my 75 gallon, or if I get a bigger tank anytime soon, like a 180. That's the size tank that I want. So I was gonna do that, but what I may do, I may just keep the tank as is, get some frags from different things, like this frog spawn that's just exploded, these acros and different little frags of all the corals, and then let the system just be, and then I'll start doing a little bit more experimentation with this system, less of experimentation and more of stuff like dosing the system, because I mainly kept this tank by water changes only. I haven't dosed any like additives besides food or anything like that. I'd say 1 month I did try doing like alkalinity and calcium dosing, a little bit of magnesium, but I tried it for 1 month and I wasn't really comfortable doing it because I haven't really done it in the past before like that. So I was like, I'm just chill out on that, and then let the system just run, and I'll maintain it for water changes. And that has really, you know, done its thing. But I wanted to see if I could get any more growth. So that will be my next. That'll be my next little thing I want to do for next year. So in January to next year, January 4, this is gonna be another whole year's challenge again to maximize my growth. So this system will basically be a grow out system, so I wouldn't do anything too drastic because this system only been set up for 1 year, and then, well, the sand bed kind of was a little old, so maybe a year and 6 months altogether. But the system itself, besides the live sand, is basically brand new, so only 1 year. So most systems usually start to develop and start to grow exponentially at that 1 year mark. So next month will be that 1 year mark. So I'm gonna slowly start experimenting, but I may not do anything just yet. Just leave the system do its own thing, and hopefully we'll see, you know, if the system goes well, then it goes well. Alright guys, so if you guys like that video, go ahead and hit the like button down below, and also remember to subscribe. If you guys want to catch up more videos, go ahead and click on the video that's either to the left or to the right of me.